There he is.
What's happening?
Hello.
Joel.
Sorry about this delay.
No problem.
Really okay.
No problem.
It's really okay.
How are you
Is it-
today?
Doing all right. Yeah. Laundry, cleaning up, that sort of thing. You guys?
Yeah.
We're good. We
Simpler.
were just talking about that. We live out in the woods in a log cabin.
There was a heat wave and our kids' AC unit broke, and so we've been like replacing that, trying to,
I tried to carry the old one to the street and I couldn't lift it by myself. And so then I put it in a wheelbarrow and the 4 and 2 year old were kind of like running behind me while it was, we made it here though. That's the important thing. We made it.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it was kind of rock and roll.
probably under
It was good.
control. Probably relatively under
Yeah,
control.
that's right.
Especially with
I was
one of those homey all wood air conditioning systems that you were using.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's all natural. It's a system of aqueducts.
Very simple.
And ice cubes. Yeah.
What wood do you live in Virginia?
Yeah.
Like north of Charlottesville.
And then
All right.
area.
Yeah.
I've hiked near there. Is it near Culpeper?
About an hour. Yeah, about an hour away.
Pepper. Our Google Maps pronounces that Culpeper.
Culpeper?
Yepper. I don't know. Every time.
It's true.
Without fail.
Well, at Google Maps. There was a town our friends live in that I'll never remember the name of. So that's as far as that story goes.
Right.
I'm a fan of story fragments because I think that's mostly how the brain seems to operate.
Especially as you get older.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm noticing.
Oh, that's my wife. What town are Bill and Sarah in? What town are Bill and Sarah in Virginia? ? All right. That's going to be a real mystery solved when we get there.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Question for you, Joel. Where are you, inside or outside?
It looks inside.
Well, this office has 2 doors, so both doors are open because I want, natural light.
Yes, of course.
And, I guess if I turn.
Oh, I see. The door's open. Yeah. Okay, that's what was confusing.
2 doors. They're windows into different dimensions. So
that's pretty cool. It's probably helps with travel and cuts down on that.
Yes, it does. It shortens your life by 10 minutes every time you do it, but
that's not that long.
No, not bad.
Good trade-off.
I'm in the woods of Studio City, California.
Nice.
Okay.
Which used to be woods maybe 150 years. I guess it was just desert plain that long ago.
Well, thank you for doing this. We've been looking forward to it. And it sounds like things have been busy for you.
Yes. Lots of game shows. Lots of reality shows. We basically live the same life.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Because I'm in the woods with a 2 and 4 year old and I don't see anybody. And that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah. I talk at a lot of people, but I don't see their souls. I don't see them.
Yeah.
Thank God. Or I'd burst out crying.
Yeah. There's the majority of shows, the lighting that they use, you cannot see.
Probably from stand-up.
Yeah, it's probably similar, but you can't see anyone. And it's a kind of a bizarre pseudo solitary experience there. But I wanted to ask you, we did hear that you grew up in the woods. Is that true?
No. I mean Seattle.
Oh.
So
but like how far away from the center?
10 minutes. We grew up on everyone thinks when I say Mercer Island, which sounds strange. It sounds like it might be out there, but it's the longest highway in America starts in Mercer Island. I-90 starts in Seattle and goes to Boston.
I was thinking of what's the island we did that house show?
Bainbridge.
We've played on Bainbridge a couple times.
Yeah.
We're generally
is accessible by land, of course, enter it on the peninsula, and then the ferry boat. So yeah, it's a weird sort of Northwesterners aggressively defend their granola-ishness, even though the cost of houses is as much as LA, and but we do have a place called Vashon, which is only accessible by ferry, and so it is country living, pretty close to country living in the middle of the Puget Sound, which is great, but it does take a little time to get there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that kind of changes our first question. But
when we moved to Seattle, my dad thought we were moving to the woods. He hated it, and they moved from Rome, real Rome, to Seattle in the 70s in the winter, which is not. Look, I love Seattle so much, but if you go from swinging Rome, subtropical Rome, to dreary, and at that time extremely depressed Seattle from business and all that stuff, there were literally billboards that said, "With the last person in Seattle, please turn the lights out."
Wow.
And you couldn't give away the houses, and then everything changed.
Yeah. Well,
It became the center of the universe.
it is really popular now.
That's right.
I love it.
Yeah. Amazon, Microsoft, Starbucks. I mean, everything.
Remodel.
Boeing. Yeah.
The troll.
My question to you is, who the hell is Jack Stafford, and why hasn't he said a word?
Jack, get in here, man.
Are you in?
Hello, I'm the host.
Wait, you're the host?
Yeah,
You've done a terrible job.
this is where you're missing.
You haven't said a word.
These guys, they do the show for me,
Yeah.
and I take the credits.
That's a great setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, Jack understands what Tom Sawyer understood. Why do the work when you can tell other people to do it and
They
you can
willingly do
witness
it.
What's also cool is he gets to witness it. No, the way it works is he interviews us, we interview you, then we write a song that flows from our conversation. Is that correct, Jack? Am I
Yes.
so-
I should really throw in some stuff about serial killers and stuff like that, and really.
I'm sure
You want a
do
murder
good.
ballad? You got it, man.
I haven't
Well,
done-
hey, the Northwest,
Don't permit us.
Okay,
lots of serial killers operating.
Okay, so Lauren, why don't you
I was gonna ask this question. I know we are not actors. You can kind of assume we know nothing about your industry on the whole, but I imagine you travel a lot. I
Yes.
know you travel a lot, and we travel a lot when we're touring and stuff, which we've done a lot of.
What airport do you fly out of?
It depends on where we're going, but typically
there is an airport in Charlottesville, but it would just take us to DC or to Atlanta every time. And then we go wherever we're going from there.
It also depends on where we're dropping our kids. If
That's
we're
true.
dropping our kids, which is a new.
The
Fabulous.
grandparents are in North Carolina, so we usually drive down to North Carolina and fly from Greensboro or Raleigh, Durham.
All right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Put
But
them
I was
in that
gonna
wheelbarrow and get them down there.
do what? Put them in the
Get them
wheelbarrow.
in the wheelbarrow and run down there.
Just strap them to the top.
I've
of
got
the
a zip line from our place to North Carolina, and I just kind of wing, and they can really, they're not that heavy, so
Yeah.
weigh them down with a kind of sandbags.
And that the white noise and the vibration puts them right to sleep.
Oh man,
So
4.5
they just
hour
hit
nap.
that pad at the grandparents' house.
No, there's not a pad. I want
Oh.
the world. It's just a concrete block at the other side.
Yeah. Teach
Kinda
them
like-
young.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like they know
There's a spacer. They don't hit it, but they get really jarred.
it's super close to it.
They wake up from the nap.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't want to raise them. You don't want to raise them soft.
We're like, hey, the world is a pool with no water. That's one of the, that's kind of how that's sort of our approach.
Learn it, kids.
Yeah.
Like you can jump really high on a diving board and anything is possible, and then there is no water down there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Yes.
hurt. But
It might seem like there was moments ago.
Yes.
that is a hologram, what you think water is.
This
Okay.
was a very expensive lesson. We had to invent a lot of technology to convince to pull off this lesson.
just so you know, I am not good with tools at all. And I've already brought up aqueducts, zip lines, wheelbarrows. I mean, this
Mhm.
is, I think
Air
I'm
conditioning units.
right.
Unit. That's a really official sounding word.
Unit. Yeah.
Who's better at tuning guitars?
Daniel.
Yeah.
I don't really play instruments exactly. I learned.
See? Tom Sawyering it.
Yeah, kind of. That's good. You were
Yeah.
good at Tom Sawyer as a child.
Yeah, I
so it's
kinda-
probably good payback for you.
Yeah. I had a bit of that going on.
You certainly did.
Oh,
but
so
what I
yeah,
wanted
so
to
Lauren
ask
had a
was,
question.
I would imagine you have some things you do to like stay sane when you're traveling or feel
Yes.
like a human being. I was curious about what you do, or if there's something you do like right when you get to where you're going, or rituals.
Go right to the lounge and drink champagne
Oh,
That's great.
instantly.
instant.
No matter, almost like that's the reward. If I
Okay.
get there, no matter what time of the day or not, well, if it's too early, I'm going to New York and I'm on that 5 a.m. flight, which I often will do because it gets you in at a reasonable hour and you don't really avoid traffic, but you get in at 2. So I will sit in my seat, drink 2 glasses of champagne, wake up in New York.
Wow. It gives me terrible headaches. I feel like I would die.
Well, I'm Irish, so
Okay.
I
I'm
could turpentine and it would be fine. There's no sort of like, I'm very good at traveling now with just a carry-on bag and a backpack, and it's always pre-loaded. Right now in my home is my backpack and my carry-on, and I have my little uniform, and
This is what I'm talking about.
I can't.
Yeah.
Don't. I want to hear.
I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going. I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
Yep. No, I wear one baseball cap usually that has the seal of Los Angeles on it, which was made by a skateboard company, but it was made to kind of throw off the cops when skateboarders were grinding rails down public buildings and stuff. But ends up people think that my backpack is camouflage, so they think that I might be in the military, which is good.
Good.
And that's how so when I have to check a bag, I'm like, oh, boy. So sometimes I even ship like a box early so I don't have to, and then ship it back. So if I'm going to New York and doing a bunch of stuff where I have to wear different stuff, but yeah, I get all set, and then thank God for the iPad and AirPod Max. I mean, they really have, and then books on tape. Just tons of books on tape.
Yeah, I love books on tape.
Or Audible, which is a miracle.
Yeah.
I don't. My only problem with that company is that you buy something and then eventually it disappears, and then if you want to re-listen to it, you have to rebuy it. Which I'm like,
Not exactly.
seems like a bad plan, but I don't care.
Okay, wait. I have to revisit this backpack you have that's always ready. Like, I heard in an interview that you hate packing, or that it's a challenge for you.
Yeah.
But maybe it sounds like you've had a solution that you've come to. Daniel's always telling me, have this bag that has everything I need, so it's always ready. And I'm like, well, I need some of those things at other times. None of his solutions ever work for me, but I want to hear about this bag.
Let me say in Lauren's defense, many of the tours that we've packed for would be 2 months, and we would hit all major cities in the U.S.
A different climate.
So it's
different
not
seasons. Even.
for me. I kind of have a uniform, and I like that, but and I just have one. I have this sort of minimal thing going, and I have like one jacket, one hat,
one pair of shoes.
I have one bathing suit. It's just like I'm just ready to go.
And you wear that on the plane, right? You wear the jacket, the bathing suit, the hat.
Yeah, exactly.
And your wife is like, oh, boy.
Like you have to carry a bag. I'm wearing everything I own every time I travel. So
how many pairs of underwear are you bringing?
You just layer them on.
30 pairs. I look
30 pairs.
Yeah, I look so strong when I'm traveling.
Exterior, but there's a lot in there. But I need to know about this backpack because backpack.
Yeah, that's the simplest of My problem is that when I start packing, it turns into a much larger operation of I need to get rid of things and I need to clean this thing out. And then I will have gone to pack and then I won't have done any of it. And I start doing 100 other things before I start getting packed. Like, I gotta wash out the coffee machine. I gotta make sure the garage, everything is locked up. Like, I do all this other stuff except pack. And then I'll go to pack and it'll be 1 a.m. and I'm getting picked up at 4. And I'll be like, well, you really did it again, didn't you? And yeah, so it's if it just was packing clothes, then I could do it pretty fast, but it turns into me re-examining my entire lifestyle.
It's existential in the end.
For me, it's existential. More like, well, how am I going to feel when I get there? And what will make me feel like how I'm feeling when I get there?
But you're also
like those questions.
Fine.
What?
Just, lightly buzzed.
Okay, got it.
But
It's
you're
not the clothes. The clothes are not going to help.
Oh, right.
But you're also, Lauren.
My mom pointed out that she posted a photo on Facebook because I'm a big clothing. I collect everything. I need to get rid of so much stuff. She posted this Facebook photo of her and I 10 years ago, and I'm wearing the same thing.
Whoa.
Like, I wear the same shirts that I bought, and I'm like, yep, yeah, same T-shirt, slightly different jeans. Tapered was way in, and now it's loosening up again. And now the kids look like, it looks like the over exaggeration, like in that show, the cartoon Fat Albert. Like, now their pants are as big as tents, and then tiny little T-shirts.
Yeah, it's back to when I was in high school.
I'm not following them there. We already went there.
Yeah,
I don't
Remember how skinny jeans got for a while? I mean, it was.
I moved to Nashville in 2003, and I was in this band, 2006, and I was in this band from 2003 to 2009, and we relocated from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, to Nashville, and the jeans, it was like that period of time was like skin tight. Jeans every day, every show. And I kept being like, is there like some wiggle room here? Literally, like, no, like this is what every musician is doing now. So we're doing it. So our whole band did that. And one of the guys on our team played football at Duke. He was huge guy. He was like, this is, and eventually he just said, I'm not doing it. And then we were all like, you could hurt all of us if you chose. And we say, that's fine.
That is quite the band meeting.
Yeah, it was more like he said that and we all left and said that's fine. But
now it's weird because it happens with every trend where I know people that are like, no, I'm staying with this one. I'm staying in skinny jeans. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what's happening. I'm staying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that.
And then you're like, oh, you're behind now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like, old news. Anyway, this was a long.
It's interesting.
When you pack, does it take forever?
Me?
Both.
Me, forever. A lot of what you described, getting sidetracked on things I'm like, oh, I better handle this before we go, or there's too many socks in this drawer. I'm gonna kind of sort through these.
Yeah.
Where Lauren would be like, the perfect pants do exist, and I have them, but I need to alter them, and I need to add this to this one part of it, and that's only going to take like
anymore
20 minutes.
Now that we have kids, there's no time for that.
But that's kind of
the perfect pants, except they need to be altered and they need to be added to.
Yeah, that's my perspective.
Adding to them.
Yeah, this is his definition. Maybe a patch. Maybe there's a hole in a place where I don't want a hole.
Yeah, that could be.
This isn't something that's happened. I'm just going off of what he said.
Man, there are all kind of things you can add to pants. I mean, you really need to.
No, but you said to make this pair of pants perfect.
Yeah.
What are you adding? It sounded like you had something very specific.
I've got lots of ideas about that, but
that's not specific. You said I just need them altered and I need to add something. Then they're perfect. That's like going like, Like I'm almost finished remodeling this room. I just need to paint this one piece of crown molding and make sure climate control is working and it's
Yes, okay.
perfect.
You could add one strip of fabric that goes underneath your left heel so that leg never gets pulled up, a stirrup.
A stirrup.
That's something you could add that could make pants perfect if you had a very specific thing you needed.
If it could, but what's you adding? What we're not having the same, we don't feel the same way about the pants. We're like, this was you volunteered the perfect pair of pants. And then you said they need to be altered, which we either assumed the waist needs to be let out or pulled in, or the pants need to be lengthened or shortened. That's usually what it means by altered. And then you said, and something needs to be added, which we all thought,
okay.
Which is weird because he's saying this as though I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'm saying I never said that.
Yeah. I like how much time this is taking, but the only problem is,
I mean, this is the song, but you can't, like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, entire movie about that, right? But we're still all curious. Well, this means, here's what it means to me. You actually don't know what you're going to add.
Mm-hmm.
And, or maybe you know what's going to be altered, but I don't think it's ever going to happen.
Yeah.
yeah. So for me, if I found the perfect pants, I would never.
Oh, I thought you had the perfect pants.
No, I was speaking on her behalf,
He
which
was
is
pretending to
probably
be
not.
my
I shouldn't be doing that
vantage
this time this time in history, should I?
Yeah.
No, it's and it's also a weird move to be like, honey, let me speak about your pants.
Yeah,
Here's what they need. They need to be altered and added to, like a tail.
This is a tail. A tail can be good. This is a great
hole because I
Well,
have
she's
it.
got that huge club foot. She can't get her leg through the pants, so we're gonna put in a zipper system.
Yes. She has a dorsal fin on her calf. I'm
See?
sorry.
So I can understand then. But
Yeah.
This pant leg needs to be wider.
Yeah, we need one wide.
One flare leg.
You're a fascinating couple.
You did not think this was going to be what happened here. I can tell you that. Also,
no, it's exactly how I thought it would go.
Dorsal fins on calves.
But
where
this is helpful because the undercurrent of this whole thing is that something's wrong with me. So
this whole podcast?
No, the undercurrent of this.
No, the undercurrent was we're waiting with bated breath how the perfect pair of pants comes together for you. And then it was aspirational apparently, and not even for you.
That's right.
Not even
aspirational and not for me. And that we're getting somewhere. Okay, so here's a question.
I feel like we've gotten nowhere in the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've created a space through which we could go, like the portal right to your to the side of you there. This is what I'm trying to say.
What I'm saying, no, because the portal needs as you know, it needs to be altered and added to.
Yes.
But look, that's up to my wife.
Okay,
she won't tell me.
When it comes to personalities that need to be altered and added to, here's the question.
Great transition.
Thank you. Yes.
Really good.
Thank you. I have a gift. One. I have a few gifts. Okay. Here's my question.
Hey.
When you play these various roles that you play, are you then taking those with you after the project ends? And do you have access to that in an ongoing way? Or is it something that you enter into and that's just where you are while you're doing that? Or some
roles as different items of clothing in my drawer. Some perfect.
Okay.
Worn out. Some too tight. Some too loose. I'll never let it go. Do you? I mean, I guess it's a really vague answer. There's things I look back fondly upon and went, oh, yeah, I worked really hard on that, and that turned out all right. And then there's some things where I'm like, I don't know if that was any good. And then I don't think of it.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't think I'm not the type of actor that I was like, all right, if I'm playing, I don't know, if I'm playing an astronaut, I'm going to sleep in a homemade capsule.
Right.
That's not me, really. If it were to help, maybe, but I don't have demons that follow me around from
I guess I'm
past
imagining.
roles. I
I'm
can barely remember most of them. So
okay. Okay. I'm kind of imagining specific things, kind of like tones in conversation, because we've watched a number of things that you've been in, and it's like there are certain cadences that you would use, or a certain kind of a type of delivery. And so then my question is, conversationally,
Does that find its way?
yeah,
into
does that come back, or do you notice
day-to-day?
you're talking to someone and you're like, oh,
channeling
I'm
that?
kind of doing that right now for some reason, or you know, like when you make a facial expression and you realize I'm making a facial expression that this person I know makes for some reason. Do you ever feel that on your face? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah.
do I make facial expressions of people that I know from?
I think that was a
I got
confusing thing to add in.
I tried to clarify
It
that.
seems like you're asking, like, do you like the personalities or attitudes of your characters ever find their way into your day-to-day life? Like, do you ever feel like, oh, that was a little of that guy coming through? Or is it really just totally compartmentalized, and like when you leave, it's gone, kind of your roles when you're acting as a character, not like when you're just hosting something, although I'm sure that's a role too.
If you're dealing with something that requires a lot of emotion, then that is like, you got to prepare for me. That's definitely like, all right, what are we doing here? What's the preparation? And to get to that spot. And then when you shoot it, and if it goes well, then, there's like, there's an excitement and a relief. It's kind of like a sport, like you're playing something competitive and you want to, perform well. And then mostly it's like, all right, that went okay. But I don't have a thing where I usually look back on most of the things I've done fondly, or like, oh, that was a very difficult shoot. And but then ultimately I still can't believe that people will pay me to be in a movie or something. And that, we get to do all these fun things that I know that even when it's cold or we're all tired or something like that, I can see how, you can get annoyed, but most of the time I'm like, can't believe I'm in a movie. And then, or can't believe I'm on this show. And, like I played the guy named Starman and this show called Stargirl. And we got into these super suits, which took 2 people to get me into, which must have been fun for them. And yeah, we were stuck in that thing all day, but you're like, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I'm a fucking superhero. Works out great.
Yeah.
And I was like, who gets to do this? And this is great. So I don't have demons or that things follow me around. I will look back and go, I literally just kind of go, oh, okay. And there's sometimes I look at things where I'm like if my kids are watching Community, when they would watch that, I don't remember shooting the scenes. I don't remember. I like, there's some scenes I'm like, oh, I know this scene. And then other ones where I'm like, hey, I just entered that scene. So which only was like, wow, I was very busy at that time. Anyway, that's a very long answer. I think
No,
your pants thing was more interesting.
No, I think I think that there are these parallels. So I've always kind of dreamed of acting in different things, and it's almost happened a couple different times. And the times it's almost happened is because someone sees our show and they ask me, I think there's a ghost.
No.
Someone asked me, is that an act that you're doing when you're performing? And it's not at all. And so then they say, oh, then maybe you could be in this thing, because all I want you to do is that. I'm like, great, that's possible. So that's almost
Like,
happened
I
a
could
couple.
play myself.
Yeah, like I
basically.
could do what you saw is the way I am when I'm at home by myself. And we have friends who do more of a persona thing when they perform, because internally they would probably prefer to never be seen, but they have these gifts and these instincts for music, and so then they kind of project I think is still legitimate and powerful presentation of themselves outward, but it is, they're stepping into a role that if you know them and then you see that, you're like, whoa, that is really different. And for me, it's not that at all. And I've sort of been like performing since I was like 3 years old. So in preparing for this, we were thinking a lot about the psychology involved. And actually, another question I had was, I think it's very unhealthy to be like, if you're interviewed all the time and everywhere you go, people are asking you why you do something the way you do it, and da 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 da. I've noticed that you get overdeveloped in thinking about why you do what you do, and thinking about your process and all these different things or whatever. So we try to work at helping each other sort of like get balance back out. It's like, so for about 10 years, we would tour like between 7 and 1 year, 11 months of the year. We're playing 6 nights a week. And everywhere we go, it's like people are gathering. Sometimes we're opening, so it's not just because of us, but it's kind of like it's like if you would go to a party that you're hosting every day, different town, and you meet like 40 to sometimes a lot more people every day, you get overdeveloped in certain ways, and you kind of think like all the time, I'm supposed to be entertaining and talking and sharing. And for us, our music's very confessional and kind of like intensely vulnerable about all these things that sometimes are very disturbing. And anyway, it's like it becomes very confusing. And so I was imagining there being another element to that when you're playing all these different roles and you're stepping in and out of these things. But I can understand what you're saying, that it's more like you go and you do it. It sounds like you're kind of uber present while you're doing it. Yeah, so this is a long setup, but the question we were talking about on the way over here was, when you're actually on a shoot, I know this is how the studio is too. I know there's a lot of hurry up and wait times, and there's lots of setup, but when you're actually doing it, are you thinking about other things, or is it like you're kind of you're in the flow sort of? Is it? Yeah, because anyway, yeah, that was the question. I know that was a long lead up, but
depends on the thing. If I'm doing stand-up, that's it's still me, but it's you're hosting that party and you're the ringleader, so it's just me, and that's me for an hour and a half or whatever, and you just do your thing. You do you hope it's funny and I hope it works, and it's I would say it's a heightened version of myself, but if I were just casual and calm on stage and low energy or something, it wouldn't be the same. People are like, he's just sitting there.
He seems really relaxed.
Yeah, he's not even doing anything, and maybe that's a show. And if I'm hosting a game show, there's 1,000 things to think about at once, and 1,000 different people talking to me at once. So, and it's lots of stopping and starting, but moving relatively fast. And that creates its own version of fatigue and confusion when it gets later in the day, to keep track of everything that's happening. And then if it's acting, you're waiting around quite a bit, but when it gets going, then it's like a roller coaster where you're waiting in line a long time, but then when you get in there, it's showtime. And and then also like that's like when I just did Scream 7, and that was very physical. Like there was lots of fighting and action and stuff like that. And that's a whole other thing that you're doing. And anyway, so it's a potpourri
Yeah.
of different things. And so yeah, it's all at once all the time, and then it stops and then it goes again. And so so my answer is unsatisfying in how broad it is, but it's one of those things where I know that the kid performer in me, the kid that loved being on stage way back when, I'm like that, it presses that same button where I'm like, oh, we're doing the same. Well, I'm doing the thing I always wanted to do. I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I had that same,
It's a curse and a blessing.
yeah, I had that same instinct, that same gratitude that does come up very often when I'm like, because our story is I was doing music, but I wasn't touring a ton. I was in that other band that we were real serious. We almost got signed, blah, blah, blah. When that band broke up, I moved back to North Carolina, met Lauren, but before I met her, I was just making records. She was doing visual art, and I invited her to, or I liked her art. It wasn't romantic at first, and I just said, could you design the cover for this record I'm working on? Then I heard her singing, and I was like, could you sing on it a little bit? And then it became romantic over the course of that whole thing. But then I said, would you like to just try touring? She's very shy, didn't really want to play live, but I was like, but you're on the record, so maybe we could try it out, whatever. It wasn't planned at all, but we kind of quit what we were doing and just decided if we played multiple like more than 2 weekends a month, it might be the same as the jobs we were doing. And if we kept our overhead low, we could try that. And then that was like 2012. And then we never really stopped doing that. So every 6 months, I've always dreamed of this since I was like 11 years old. But every like year or so, I would say, hey, do you like this? Like, is this good? Like, are we good? Do you want to keep doing this? And then because we were producing our own records, then I started producing records for other people. So that's our story, is this sort of like, we kind of couldn't, every year we're like, whoa, we're still doing this. Do you want to do another tour? And we were always on a tour. I'd be booking the next tour. And then, it just kind of grew from there. And so there is a sense of disbelief sometimes that we're still doing it. And a lot of people that I grew up with, they're like, are you still doing that? This is so weird, man.
Well, to that it is.
Yeah, to them.
Yeah.
But it is, and there is, I get the curse aspect to it, because it is kind of like, there's a drive that's kind of like, I was up in the night because we started our next record yesterday. I was up in the night because I'm back in it, and I'm thinking again, okay, how are we going to do this? But I was, putting the puzzle pieces together in my mind for the arrangements, and what's the next thing, and how do we, all that stuff.
Constantly.
So it never stops. But but I think,
but I feel that we're incredibly lucky to get to
yeah, we're so grateful.
spend our time this way and stuff. Totally.
Yeah, we're so grateful for that. But but I sense that, when we're in the studio and things are rolling, that part of me that came alive early on. I mean, like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, I just loved performing, and I loved actually, we just were on our family beach trip, and the extended family always tells the story about when I was an infant, I kept changing my facial expression until everyone in the whole family was laughing. But I was like, I couldn't speak. So I was already trying to read the room and like do what needed to be done to like, which to me is disturbing when they tell me that. I'm in therapy right now, and I'm like, not good. But because
Why wasn't it good? It sounded like it was good.
I think it's positive in many ways, and I think it's served me well. But what I'm dealing with is anxiety, friendships feeling very complex, because I understand all these things I can do that elicit positive reactions.
But what's authentic?
Yeah. Who actually is interested in that in the end. But I'm doing this type of therapy called internal family systems, which the idea is that there are all these parts of you that communicate with each other, and by building trust with the various parts, you can understand which parts were developed to protect you from something that happened or to help you navigate situations that weren't healthy, or the pressure can be very intense. And so you try to identify, I have a part called the humiliator. And so I have this harsh internal critic, which keeps the excellence and pushes me to try to innovate. So when I'm trying to write a song, I'm thinking about who to me are the greatest songwriters of all time. So the drive is intense, and there's a lot of disappointment with what I'm bringing to the table. And some of the ways that I speak to myself internally, especially since I've had kids, sometimes come out toward other people, and that can be that's what I was thinking of when I was thinking about the
Wait, are you saying that you can be a dick sometimes?
straight up. Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right. Well,
but it's
good that you're aware that you could be a dick sometimes. But
I think that's important.
can't we all? I mean, look at Jack.
I'm sure Jack.
Just being an asshole right there.
Yeah. Anyway, but the idea of just I don't know. I think I'm just thinking about how the things that I used to motivate myself in moments of intense pressure, or when things are not playing out the way that they need to for all these things to come together, all of a sudden that gets turned on Lauren, and we work together too. So that's complex. We write all our songs together, arrange all the songs together. But sometimes when I speak to her, she'll be extremely hurt. I'll see her reaction, and then I realize, oh, that's the way I treat my own self. Interesting. I would like to not do that to my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old ever, or to her, of course, or to me necessarily. Is there another way
to motivate yourself?
To motivate. Yeah. Is there another way to keep the excellence up? I think the answer is yes. Or, the character you played in The Bear uses shame, to.
Do you mean the hero of that show?
Yeah, the hero. Yeah. The person who thinks that they're the hero. Yeah, totally. Yes, but so, yeah, when we watched that, I was wondering, I wonder if you are channeling some internal voice, or if you really are just kind of understanding the way that someone could use that line of thinking and acting to push somebody really far. It could break a bunch of people, but the person who does actually get there, look at that excellence. It's like Brian Wilson's dad or something,
Yeah, but it sounds like you're pretty, I mean, you're not that way all the time in any way, obviously.
No.
Once in a while, and you're like, oh shit, sorry, that's not good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we've noticed in our marriage, if you agree, even if you're still in process on something, if you agree, hey, that was an asshole move, and she's like, that was an asshole move, I'm like, I think so too. I'd like to change that. You've got you can work with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably why, if you're both checking that, then that's why you can still work together, and it's probably got even better.
Yeah. I think the music improves when we hang in there through all that tension, and continue to agree, or continue to talk until we agree about the situation. You can't always get on exactly the same page, but you can agree about the dynamic, or sort of come on the same side of the problem or whatever. But
I was going to ask you, are you a pretty, in terms of mood or emotional rise and fall, are you a pretty even keeled person, or are you kind of like a roller coastery person?
I think people would think that I'm pretty even keel-ish, even if I'm full of anxiety or feeling the pressure. I think people would think that, and I usually acknowledge. I'll be like, oh, this is very nerve-wracking right now, or I'm pretty vocal about how I'm feeling, which is good and bad, I think. And yeah, I guess relatively even. I don't really think about it.
Yeah, I was
If
curious.
I know, tomorrow I got a thing at 8, so I got to prepare for that, and so that'll be a little more heightened tomorrow. But today I can relax. But yeah, and then sometimes, then I don't know, not even keel. But usually if I spend so much time in airports and stuff, and yeah, that's a good, that's very mellow. And when I'm on shows, like when I know I got to be on and ready, and then I'll be, you know, then I turn up the energy and go, all right, let's do this. So that's another vague answer, but
Does it feel like a dive? Like you're like, this is
oh yes, but in the same way that if you start shooting baskets or playing tennis or like you turn up the energy, you have to like so
Mhm.
that,
Mhm.
yeah. I try to meet the level that they're asking for, and you know, not be a total spaz.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have that sense when when we know a show's at 9, you can sort of trace back your energy has to meet it's to get to a certain point by 9, and it's like we a lot of the tours we would drive about an average of 6 or 7 hours a day,
A lot.
and then you would get somewhere, then you carry a bunch of stuff in, and around like 4:30, you're like, man, I've already kind of worked a 9-hour day.
Yeah.
I'd like to start coming down now, but you know it's actually time to start slowly coming up
Ramp.
to a higher point,
Yeah.
and so you get in this kind of strange flow.
My favorite thing about
Yeah.
Dave's on tour would be to reach that hour and know, like, and now I can just let myself give in to the tired. I don't have to try to ratchet
Yeah.
that up.
Would
Do
you
you-
take a nap before the show?
Not usually. Not usually.
Well, we started to when we had this van that had a bed in it for a while, and that was great because we did if we got there early enough.
Yeah, that was helpful. There's not really a great place to nap at most venues that we're playing. You know, there's like a gnarly couch and you don't really want to
Yeah.
nap.
Yeah.
No,
It's pretty yeah, it can be normal.
norovirus.
Yeah, yes. But
Yeah.
we would also kind of I used to say yes to every single thing because I thought that was the only option to be able to do this. And so and it may have been for a long
It's
time. It
probably-
may still be a little bit, but
I'm right there.
we'd sometimes do interviews in the car while we're driving to the show. Then we'd do a radio spot in the town, and then
Oh,
go
yeah.
to the radio spot to load in, and then another podcast person would meet us at the venue. We'd do another thing in the green room, and then do the show. It was those years, and then I would also, in between tours, I would go straight into a studio with the band. And some of this is why I'm in therapy too. I'm trying to understand. Some of that was probably because you had to do that because we're not like a household name in any way. We have fans, but you know, we had to kind of hustle, of course. And you're really familiar with that. I really enjoyed hearing some about that in a couple of interviews we listened to where you're talking about those 10 years where you're kind of like doing your time. And some people don't most people have to do that. And most people do that and then it doesn't work out. And then some people don't have to do that. We've toured with one band that told us we did not do our time and we went viral on Reddit. And we were like, whoa, that's wild to hear. Anyway, point being, all of those yeses, I don't think were about the hustle. A lot of them were. Some of them were about something else. And I've been trying to understand what that might be. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
I was going to ask about the mood. Like, if, you know, you're saying externally, what I like about your answers, Joel, is that you're like, everybody is a mixture of things. And it seems like we're trying to get you to like go into one direction or another, but you're kind of like, well, sometimes I'm like this and sometimes I'm like that. And that's great.
Yeah.
That's what people are like, actually. But you were saying like sometimes on the inside, you've got a lot going on and everybody else would say, he seems like pretty chill. But are you ever
Yeah.
in a work situation where like your mood is in direct opposition to where you're going to have to be when it's go time? And how do you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then that's when you got to be, that's what like, oh, that's right. I'm a professional. So there's all these other people that are there and we're all counting on each other and all that stuff. And so it's like, unless there's a physical injury or an ill or something, then you have to like go, well, you got to be a pro here and do what you need to do. And, you know, obviously if something's really off, like I've been on shows where people have been fired or left and where I'm like, okay, that was actually good. That person was not helpful.
Yeah.
We didn't gel or whatever. But I agree to, I mean, like you guys, I agree to everything.
Mhm.
And, yeah, I love working, and my wife will be like, doing that again, huh? And, that's where I go. I was given that hummingbird heart and the golden retriever who wants the tennis ball all the time. So, that is the good news for work begetting more work, and the bad news for slowing down and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
enjoying. And yeah, so I didn't think I'd be working this much at this age. So I'm like, great, bring it on. And yeah, I figured that if I drop dead on stage, then it's a life well lived.
Yeah,
Good.
I love working too, and I love music, and it animates me, and my energy. I won't notice that I need to eat, won't notice that I am tired if I'm in the middle of something. And then I have hit the wall with that, like that 11 months of touring year. Lauren was like, sometimes when you're talking, it's really clear, but the last couple of weeks, I don't know what you're saying. And I'm like, oh, I think I'm tired. I think
Yeah.
I think I've reached a limit, and I need
Yeah.
to pay attention to that.
Yeah, no,
But
there's times where I'm like, I cannot think of a single response to be set up for this, like a joke, or like I was like, I have no idea. And then I realized, oh, you're very tired.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
When I run out of when I'm not connecting things anymore, that's a sign for me. One other thing we wanted to ask you about. I don't know how we're doing on time, but we were wondering about what makes a great collaborator. You have certain people that you've worked with a bunch, right? That you
Yeah.
really enjoy working with.
Yeah.
Do you have any sense what attributes they share that you either really enjoy or that seem to work well with who you are or the way that you work or um, yeah.
It is a moving target in why I worked with a lot of the people that I work with for a long time. Some don't. I don't. There's people I worked with and I don't work with again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's some where we become good friends, and I a lot of the time I'm like, well, that person's they're quicker than me in this other way, so that we can work together, because they'll be sharper and faster on top of things than I will be in certain ways, and then vice versa. But mostly it's just I've become friends, and we're all in the same business, and if you want to spend time with your friends, work with them.
Yeah.
And
It's something we learned in recent years as well. Yeah.
yeah, and if you want to be with your wife or husband, stay around and be you guys will figure that out. And so uh yeah, the friends that I am friends with, I love them to death. And most of them I work with. Most of them or I have worked with. And we just have stayed in contact. There's two writers that I have worked with for 20 years. And like the woman that does my hair, the stylist, the woman that does my makeup, we've known each other for decades. So
Whoa.
like, yeah, it's just, it's like this loopy circus that we're all in. And we're with each other a lot of the year. And I, wouldn't have it any other way unless, they don't want to do it. So
Hmm.
it's a very long answer, but it's not like I went and then I had the vision quest that I should work with this person. I don't have stuff like that, but I'm like, oh, this person, I like that person. They're really great. I would like to do more with that person.
Yeah.
And that's usually how it comes together.
Mhm.
But yeah, as you look at someone like Steve Martin and Martin Short, they've been
Yeah.
together off and on for they must have first met in the 80s. So and I'm like, oh well, that's the dream.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. The kind of, when you find that compliment, and we're sitting in where we are right now is we're in some friends of our studio, and we've formed a band. They have a band, and our band is a band, of course. And we formed a band, the four of us. And we have started realizing that our instincts are really different, but very complementary. And so then first we started performing together, and we do these shows where the audience is blindfolded, and we move around among this blindfolded audience. We started doing those kind of as an experiment. And then we've been doing those for about 8 years. But then we started writing songs about what we were learning.
Kind of like songs for the experience.
Yeah. But also what we're learning, playing for people that can't see us. And when there's no sound system, and it's just a very different, everything is really different about that kind of show than the regular kind of show we all do. And then we started writing together, and we've all been doing music for over 20 years full time. And so there are no egos. And so we noticed, when someone throws out an idea and everybody's like, that kind of sucks. No, it's like, it's totally fine. Whereas when I produce a record for younger people, or even when I first met Lauren, because her background is visual art, which critique is a big part of that. So people would show their work in her classes, and everybody'd be like, no. But so when we first got married, we were working on our first record. I worked on this thing for 6 hours, this arrangement. And I'm like, Lauren, check this out. And she just listened to it. She's like, this isn't working. This isn't working. I was like, what? That took 6 hours. You didn't even say anything positive. What? I'm a sensitive guy. I can't, but it over time I've seen, she's learned how to soften, put pillows around the room, as my dad would say.
Tact.
But, softening, but also realizing you aren't your songs or you aren't your performances, these kind of ideas. All of a sudden, then you're free to, you're like, what serves this project best? What's the best line for this particular song? And there's freedom. And so anyway, we've noticed the fact that they are it's not precious to them whether we use the lyric that they throw out or if the melody changes.
And vice versa for us. Yeah.
And anything that someone throws out opens up all this new potential space, which is what I had no idea what this conversation would be like. What's really sticking with me so far is the pants thing, which is good. And also we're not trying to get you to answer a certain way. What we really try to do is just see if there's we're looking for resonance points that could then lead to some kind of, song.
For sure.
Which I think there are many different ways that could go. And part of our process is we're just going to sit with what we've talked about and then see what starts to form. And it might not be recognizable to you from this conversation, but hopefully it'll be a good song and it will flow from what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I'll let Lauren be the judge of that.
That sounds good.
I won't stand behind it if it's not good enough.
She is, she's a stickler, which is very helpful.
One of the reasons why I've been with my wife so long is that I throw all sorts of jokes at her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, real A material there, Joel.
Good try, buddy."
Woo. Right. Yeah, and so I remember dating people that laughed at everything I said, and I was like, none of this is real. This isn't that funny. I know it.
Yeah.
And,
I know what's funny, and this isn't it.
Yeah. Can't believe she's agreed with me to be all this time. So sounds like you guys got a good thing going. Jack, I don't know about Jack. He's probably on a dating app right now.
Is he there?
Jack, what's happening?
Not even responding.
I'll go for the dignified silence here. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good host.
Oh.
Well, Joel, one other question, just for context. Where did you hear about our band? When you followed us, I thought it was not you. So then
it was a bot, but I was like, that's a really specific and
that's a compliment. I wish I was famous enough to be like some sort of bot. A friend of mine just sent me the song, the cover, and I was like, "This is great." Then I began listening to your music, and then I was like, "I'll follow them on Instagram," and that's that's how. I didn't hear it on a show. Yeah, it was just like because I'll send music back and forth with different friends, and that it was one of I mean, like I still you send like dog pictures and
Yeah.
and memes and stuff, and songs is one way that I do it too. So yeah, it came up, and it was one of those ones that I listened to over and over and over again.
Wow. Well, we're honored, and also I was really enjoying. You were mentioning that one of your friends did the music on the Yellow Jacket stuff, and
Yeah, Craig Wedren.
yeah, super intense, incredible score.
Yeah, he was the lead singer of Shudder to Think, and continues to be.
Yeah.
Which made it. They made it in the '90s, and my younger son is very close with his son. So
Oh, that's so fun. That's awesome.
his wife is great. And then I have a friend named John Atkins who was in the band 764 Hero and the Can't See, and these bands from Seattle that I grew up with him since second grade. So
That's awesome.
and he's one of those guys where I'm like, oh, I can listen to his music and enjoy it and just kind of forget that it's him.
Yeah.
I'm in a podcast. My elder son.
Hey,
Nice.
Well, there's this band that I like, and they have a podcast. It's called Suicidal Tendencies.
we're not okay.
It's a band from the '80s, I think. And what did we just? Oh, so my friend's band just got one of his old songs just got covered by this band called Chastity Belt, and it's great.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
That's speaking of music, the new Nirvana book.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen that.
Just all pick. Oh, those were the days.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
My.
Oh, I saw their last show in Seattle. It was
You did?
Whoa.
it was very good.
Wow, that's incredible.
You were with Dave Grohl, and he asked about, and like Richard asked about.
Oh yeah, I was backstage at this Imagine Dragons concert, and Dave Grohl was there. And I'm not the biggest fan of Rush, and he's a big fan of Rush. And my brother-in-law was like, "Tell him what you think of Rush." And I'm like, "They're fine. Like the greatest band of all time." And so yeah, we ended up arguing. It's great. It's good. You brought up Tom Sawyer already, so look,
Yeah.
I love Rush. Go Canada. It's great.
Yeah.
But I think I'd go with Brian Adams. Brian
but-
Adams, excuse me.
Do you know the band Tragically Hip? The Tragically
Oh
Hip?
yeah,
So we just did this.
Canadian super group.
Yeah, we just did this fly gig in Texas, and there was a guy that I was just hanging out with, and he's like, you have to spend an amazing amount of time listening to this band as soon as possible. I just really liked how focused his recommendation was. So I'm about to try. I like doing things in kind of strange and fully immersed way. So I think I'm going to try to only listen to them starting at a certain point, ending at a certain point for I don't know how long.
Mark it on the calendar.
Yeah, it's like when we first got married, we would start at the beginning of someone's catalog, and every day at breakfast we would listen to only that artist to try to about their journey, and just like I just enjoy doing that.
Life
and
doesn't
so-
have that kind of luxury now, but
Yeah, it doesn't quite work.
I wish I could focus that way. I'd be like, today I'm going to listen to the entire wall just like I used to as a child.
Yes.
And then I'm just watching a YouTube video on how to barbecue.
yeah.
So I'd be like, I thought I was going to get to that one song where they talked about the repression of the government. Well, no, I'm going to learn how to smoke some tri-tip. And then I'll be like, this is a different form of music.
This is a different form of transcendence.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
If I can recommend one song,
Yeah,
right
tell me.
I'm
I would go with, it's a Japanese band. My friend Nick has gotten into Japanese rock, and they're called the 171.
Okay.
And the song is At the End of the Season.
Okay. And I'm
Dana's pulling it up.
Get ready to rock.
gonna tell you one song that I just.
All right.
What is it?
Okay. Well, do you want an old song or a new song?
Don't make me make that choice.
Well,
I don't know. Glenn Miller. That's great. Whatever, anything from the 40s.
40s. Okay. You know Chattanooga Choo Choo?
Oh, yeah.
But that's
You
not.
get down with
so-
Chattanooga. No, here's
Chattanooga choo choo.
well done. Okay, so the song is called "Fallen Ones" by Rob Noakes, Noakes, and Jerry Rafferty. But if you just type in "Fallen Ones," it's actually Rab, R-A-B, Rab.
Fallen what?
Fallen Ones. One of these guys was in that band Steelers Wheel, but
Oh yeah.
but I've this record that they made together. It's like B-sides or something, but I just found it, and that song is amazing. And when I turned it on,
What's the name of the guy's name? Because it's not coming up.
R-A-B-N-O.
R-A-B?
Yep, R-A-B-N-O-A-K-E-S.
Rab Noakes. Rab Noakes.
No results. I'll just look
Huh.
at
Well,
Apple Music.
I can send you
There it is. All right. All right.
Fallen Ones.
Fallen Ones. Come on. All right. Fallen Ones. Great. So that came up.
Yeah.
I feel like
He
we've
might
got
not have the. He does not have. Oh, I put Fallon Ones, which
that's
not the same song.
That's the problem.
that's weird. It's not coming up on Apple Music, so I'll just look it up on YouTube.
Maybe it'll be there.
If you can't find it, I can send it to you.
All right.
Okay, last little.
He's got tons of songs, but
Yeah.
I just saw that you like animals. You liked tarantulas as one of the things you've gotten to hold.
Mhm.
I just would love.
The tarantula crawled across my face and
Yeah.
fell asleep on my eye.
No way.
It was
Whoa.
really great.
Yeah, were you laying down?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
It's on the old Instagrams. Check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. She crawls across my face, and then the guy's like, "You're doing great. If you're mellow, she's gonna be mellow." And then I was just mellow.
Were you doing like a breathing exercise or something? Or were you just actually like, this doesn't freak me out right now?
I thought this will be really good for the promos. I don't really have a problem with creepy crawly things. I like them. I like bugs a lot. It's when the animals have fangs or claws where I'm like, because I was holding a cougar at one point, not like a hot older woman, but a cougar that they were like, yeah, in about 2 months it could kill us all.
Wow.
But it was like a big, wonderful kitty.
Oh.
But they were like, it was acted like a cat. But you're like, the guy was like, just keep in mind that his claws are razor blades, and when he's playing around, he doesn't understand his strength.
Right. You can
Oh, so their guy was like, be mellow. I'm like, believe me, I'm going to be. It was great. And then I had like moisturizer on that he just licked me. It was great. It was one of those things where I'm like, oh, this is why I can see how people end up keeping wild animals, because if you grow up with them, then they love you and you love them. But then, once in a while they accidentally might
eat your face off.
take off a limb, and then you're adjusting pants.
Yeah, that's right. And we're back to where we
Right.
began.
Bam.
And that's why
Pants.
you get invited to host a show.
You add a pocket onto your pants that is made to hold a tarantula. That is
Yes,
some-
which would be quite the pocket, because tarantulas, if you drop them from like 5 inches, they fall apart. And so
Really?
That's so
very
sad.
care. Yeah, because they have their exoskeletons are very heavy in gravity, and so they can be, even though everyone's like they're terrified, they can blow apart really easily. And so you have to be, you can't grab them and you can't do anything like that, or they'll just leave a leg behind.
Oh.
Okay, let me just say,
See, the one time I saw a tarantula in the wild, I could feel that it had a consciousness. It felt like that is a creature, that is not a bug. And I
Well,
really
it's
liked
not a bug.
What is it? A
uh,
mammal?
No, spiders are spiders. They're
Oh, yeah,
arachnid.
they're their own category. Arachnids.
They have their 8 legs instead of 6.
Right. Not an
Believe me, I'm not an entomologist, but But I think bugs, when you meet a grasshopper, when you meet a like big old grasshopper, you're like, this is a formidable thing.
Yeah, yeah. I could feel that the tarantula was considering that I was there, and I was considering that it was there. There was like an interchange that I enjoyed, and I felt drawn to.
How do you feel about cockroaches when you meet them?
Not good.
So calm.
I
No.
love it when you see a cockroach because they're like, fuck,
They are.
I got fucking just minding my business. And now that whatever that thing is, it's fucking huge and scared.
I just told right before this, my 2-year-old son was trying to step on this ant, and I said, "Buddy," that thing is so tiny compared to you, and you're really gonna hurt it. And I said, "You don't stomp on it. Like, what if I stomped on you, man?"
Wow.
He was like,
You're
was
like,
looking at-
well, Daddy, why do you treat all the wood around the house with chemicals that'll kill these things?
"True." We were
Uh,
outside, but we tell them these. Actually, this morning also, Donovan caught a spider with me and took it outside
Please.
and let it go outside. We try to do no harm. That's one of our aspiring parental approaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you walk across a rattlesnake,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you stay away.
Of course, yeah. But
They
I'm
don't
just
want
saying
they don't want to do harm. They're like, but if you piss me off and you get my space, then then I'm going to. And I was like, yeah, I don't blame you.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
We probably need to explain, give them some context, but I think we've got
I
time.
think I've told him, if you see a snake, just come get us. It might be a harmless one, but it might not be. Just come
Yeah.
get us.
Yeah.
And then we'll eat it.
And then
Grilled.
I'm gonna make it into shoes.
I did. I ate cobra once, and it was good.
It was.
Yeah, there used to be this exotic butcher shop, and I worked at this television station in the 90s, and this woman who ran we had a little cafeteria, and she'd be like, today, cobra. We're like, all right. And then
Was
we had
it
mouths and
like
yeah.
chicken. When you eat something like that, does a lot of it just taste like chicken?
And that's
The way people say
the
that?
idea.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like chicken, but it was kind of the consistency of halibut.
Oh, do you
It was-
Oh,
do you have an incredible memory for tastes?
it sounds like it.
I don't know. My memory's all over the map. Well, we know what we don't like, and we know what we like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but because you have a bit of a focus on food, I wonder if do you have like a catalog of meals that you're like, oh yeah, things that and you remember textures, smells, flavors. Is that like locked in there?
Halibut textured chicken.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty specific.
It was.
Oh, well, that was a unique situation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I think when you're like, you remember something you do all the time, but then you're like, oh, remember that time that hillside was on fire? I'll never forget that. And so, I like food a lot, and I spend money on it. But then sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'll never forget that meal in Italy,
yeah.
the combo, because visiting Italy and all that stuff. But then and then you have people over, and you're like, the burrito shop right up the street is really good, and then they were like, this is the best burrito I've ever had. I'm like, oh right.
Oh,
Get
it
that
is.
burrito all the time.
Yeah.
It really is good, but boy. Yeah.
One of the ideas I had for this interview was to only ask you questions about Rome for as long as I could.
Oh, that did not go well.
I think that would have been really funny for me, but I think maybe not as funny for
For
you.
About Rome?
Yeah, just because I know
Uh,
that I heard you talk about that you were born there, but you were only there for 2 years or something.
Yeah, not long.
A lot of people seem to bring that up, maybe.
Yeah, so Cobra might be good.
Oh yeah, people look at that Wikipedia, and it is a talking point. It is a interesting jump off, but
I'd rather know what the shoes behind you are about. Are they just shoes that wound up there, or are they significant shoes?
oh yeah, these are the shoes I played football in 1992.
Those are
Oh.
awesome.
I never got. I just found them in a box recently. I'm like, oh, that's something I don't.
I like the
Yeah,
star.
I was much larger than.
Those are awesome looking.
Yeah, I mean, that's my great grandfather.
Whoa.
Great. Oh, that's a bumblebee, isn't it?
Maybe. When I was in the hammock, Isaac like looked in here.
I saw that. Yeah.
And-
My other son looked in and he doesn't. Eddie just picked up a dead bumblebee.
or something like that.
I think, yeah, it's a bumblebee.
Doesn't look like the one.
He's not alive, right?
I don't know.
Let's have a look here.
That is a
Mm,
little fuzzy, hard to tell.
Yeah.
Hard to see them
Hard
focus.
to show.
Looks like a bumblebee.
might
He's a
be.
little furry guy.
What do you want?
We'll eat him later.
So, all right.
Fuzzy chicken.
All right. I should hop off.
Don't we
'cause
go?
I'm,
Yeah, we.
That's
I've
two.
got a delivery coming and one of my toilets. The plumber's coming because they already cleared the roots out of the pipe one time.
Wow.
Now looks like we got to do it again. Oh, domesticity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bliss. Well, thank you so much for doing this, Joel. We will we'll keep you posted on the song,
Yeah.
and we'll do
Are you
everything.
coming to LA? When do you play here?
We don't
Make it
have
soon.
plans right now to, but we're talking about, we want to bring this blindfold show out there.
Is that
That's
something
amazing.
that would freak you out? Being
Blindfold?
Yeah. Some people are like, "Ooh, not for me," and then some people are
Oh, I
like,
don't
"Mm,
care. I had a CAT scan one time and fell asleep in it.
Yeah, I kind of found the MRI. I got an MRI on my hand, and I didn't dislike it. I was like, this is kind of very calming.
Yeah.
But
I had to do a full body cast where they stuck tubes up my nose, and they were like, a lot
so-
of people panic. And I'm like, you will have a hard time keeping me awake.
that's a
And
good
that,
thing.
that is exactly, I was just like, and they were kept pushing me back to wake up. And they're like, you're going to hurt the life cast if you keep falling asleep. And I'm like, this is so relaxing. Sperryville, that's where they live.
Perryville. Yep.
Never been there, but I've definitely seen it on a
Mhm.
sign.
Well,
Uh,
that's
Near
something we'll keep you
Pink Pepper.
posted.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thanks for keeping this. Jack,
Thanks for having me, and so great to finally meet you. And sorry this took so long to happen, and that was all my fault. And I'm just glad that Jack talks so much.
Yeah.
we're gonna
Sorry
have
for
lots.
hogging that.
Well,
I didn't understand. With his accent, I understand a word he says. So great.
well,
All right, well, you guys are lovely. It's great to meet you.
Well,
Nice
good to
to
meet you
meet
too. Yeah.
you.
Thanks again.
I want to hear this song.
oh, we'll send it.
Yeah, we'll send it. I'm gonna try to work in those ducks. I mean, a duck that's not
The
flying,
ducks, the
floating.
pants, a tarantula falling asleep in your eye hole.
We
Yeah.
might have to use these as metaphors for something. So they might be
I'll find a
subterranean.
way.
Yeah,
We'll find a way. You'll find a way.
I'm excited.
And pants that, yeah, who knows?
I
Who knows
know.
what?
No sense at
We-
all.
Ideals, man. Ideals. We could write about ideals.
hmm
Who knows?
Good luck with the toilet and the delivery. And
I can tell right now the toilet is going to be removed from the ground, and the guy will go back down there with the rotor thing. The
Yeah.
uh-huh.
full
Snake,
circle.
also
Snake.
full circle. Many full circles.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, you guys are lovely. Let's do it again.
All right. Sounds good, Joel. See you.
Good to
Thanks.
chat. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you. I don't know how to get out of this, but you know.
Okay. That's okay. We can leave. You
No, I
can
think
leave.
I'll
just-
leave here.
You leave.
All right, watch this. Let's see if it happens. Oh, I'm
Okay.
leaving. Oh,
Uh,
Wow. Well done, guys. What a great episode.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah, I had a sense that I thought we might go farther into the acting process, but I think it was just much more freewheeling, and we'll have to
Yeah.
see where that takes us.
I know.
The song world.
Yeah.
Have you done comedy songs?
I kind of do. So sometimes I make up songs on the spot at our shows, and sometimes there's a humorous element to that. And some of our songs are supposed to be funny. People don't often laugh, but they really are.
I think we have a sincere air about ourselves that make people think we're not trying to be funny or something, but sometimes we are.
Yeah. or like some lyrics are tongue in cheek, but I think people take them as sincere sometimes, which is kind of funny. Or sometimes lyrics are really dark and they'll take them as like a, I remember one song that we wrote that is very intense, and someone said it was about gazing out at a pastoral view,
Yeah.
which is funny. There are images that could make you think that kind of, but really not exactly. It's just, maybe it sounds that way to them, or it had some kind of association for them, the tone of it or something. But I think we do kind of write things that are funny, or that are reaching toward that humor space. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's one of the reasons I really love about Podsongs is because there's a lot of ambiguity in songwriting. People don't know what it's about, but here people can go back and listen to and then it gives, and you can pick out the lyrics, because this is not your first Podsongs episode. You did an amazing job with James Nestor, and they wrote a song about freediving, which was only a small part of the interview. I mean, you could have just gone, done the nose breathing chorus, but you know,
Who wants to hear a song about that though?
atmospheric, deep, free diving things. So that was really beautiful. That was so evocative. That's still one of my favorite pod songs.
Oh, thank you.
great.
Yeah,
That was such a fun interview.
it was so inspiring. The whole experience was inspiring. The song came that day, most of it.
Yeah, kind of like right after our kid was still napping, I think. And so
Or no,
we
I
were
think we
like,
had
let's
1
just-
hour left of babysitting. We were like,
That's right.
we were just feeling so inspired and kind of like,
was
when
the
he told
time.
that story about the whale, so in that episode, he was talking about when he was face to face with this sperm whale, and that just like it just hit us. Just
My
like,
chest was on the floor. It's just that
experience.
whole description. Incredible.
So we just were like, we're starting there, and then it kind of flowed, and it'll be fun to see which moment we kind of. It seems like for us, songwriting starts with a moment of something, build something about, and it was kind of like when his son was talking about the duck floating. When Joel's son was talking about that, I thought, I'm feeling something for some
It's the
reason.
dreams that our kids talk about.
Yeah.
Our 2-year-old tries. It's like at this point, I don't know if it's performative. If he's like, I had a dream, because he hears us talking about dreams sometimes, but he'll talk about those we call them floppy guys, the things that like a car dealership. It's like fills with air. It's like a sock, wind sock, but it's like got a generator and a fan at the bottom. He calls them floppy guys, and he'll be like, there was a floppy guy and he was flopping over me. But when he talked about the duck floating, I was like, this puts me in the same headspace as the
tarantula on the face.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There were a couple different things that I was like, oh, that I could see some kind of entrance point. When I'm making up songs, what happens for me at the show is I'll have this sense within myself that I'm not a skateboarder, but it feels almost like if I chose to, I could drop in on a half pipe right now. It's like I have this sense like, do it now. And it's like, if I do that, sometimes the song I'll just start making up a song about what I'm thinking about or something that's happening in the room. And I had that sense a few times while Joel was talking. Or because of something he said, took my mind somewhere, So I'm excited to do that. And we wanted to meet him for a while. So we had messaged about him coming to a show, and then we just haven't been touring on the West Coast really. So
a long way to go.
It's not since the kids really.
And COVID,
we went back out once, but it was just for writing. We didn't perform at all to LA. So maybe hopefully next time we're out there, we'll shake hands in person. But
that'd be fun.
Yeah. Thanks for having us back.
No, well, you guys, thanks for setting up. I mean, you guys arrange the guests, you do the interview, you do the song. It's just really like, I'm very grateful.
Yeah, we're glad to do it. And I just love this idea. I think it's a beautiful, I think Podsongs is such a beautiful idea, beautiful opportunity to stretch how you write and where the inspiration comes from. And it's also a mutual admiration.
Yes.
I think it just generates gratitude.
Gratitude is very important.
Noticing someone you respect, telling them that you do to their face.
Yeah.
And then writing something from that point of respectful connection,
Well, let's do like an annual thing, who inspires you in the next year. Let's
yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Wonderful, guys. Well, I know you've got kids to get back to, so
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
And
song to write.
yeah, and a song to write. That's right.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted on this. And if anybody is interested in Lowland Hum, you can go to lowlandhum.com. Podsongs has a website too, of course, and you can subscribe. We're on Instagram. Our Facebook page is hacked. But if you want to know about poker, you can go to our Facebook page. There's the person who hacked it posts a lot about poker. I'm
so gutted when I saw that for you guys.
Yeah. I can't.
That they posted a lot about the People's Court.
First they were. I don't really understand what benefit it is to hack a independent band's page. But we've tried to get it back many times, and we're trying again now. But anyway, follow us on Instagram if you want, and we have a Patreon too. It's very helpful when people join our Patreon.
Also, our submission songs form might still be up on our website by the time this comes out. We're writing songs inspired by other people's thoughts, feelings, dreams, things they're thinking about. Just send us something and we'll write a song about it maybe a long time from now, because we have a backlog to get to.
Yeah,
but we're
right.
trying to hit each one as
Yeah.
they come. In the order they are received, we are writing the songs. So it's been really fun.
You do these live Patreon events as well that people can come along and.
Yeah, so every month we do what we call the virtual listening party, and it is organized around a theme. Everyone sends in a song related to the theme that we send out.
Not like songs they've written, just like
Just
song.
a song they like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then each person introduces the song they selected
Over live Zoom.
over live Zoom. Then we all mute, we listen to the song, and then we come back and we discuss, what we think of the song or what stands out to us. Last night we had one, and the theme was dinky. The word dinky, D-I-N-K-Y, because we like dinky organ sounds. Dinky. We kind of enjoy these kind of kitschy sounds when they're mixed into. Yeah, like lots of 60s music has lots of dinky
Elements.
aspects to it. And a lot of electronic music does too. And so that's kind of what we were thinking. But the people who attended, they had all different definitions for dinky. And it's sort of a similar kind of expansive effect it has. People, you learn about tons of new music. And so, yeah, that's one of the main Patreon things we do. It's mostly that and giving people our work early before it's available to the public. So, and it just helps sustain us when as an independent band.
Yeah, of course. That's wonderful thing to do. It's difficult with streaming. So.
Yeah.
And probably Joel needs support as well. You can follow him at joelmchale.com.
That's right. He's got a couple shows on Fox.
I don't think he needs. He's doing very well. So.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker. What a guy. I mean,
Yeah,
he's on all the time, I think.
yeah.
Well, wonderful, Jack. Thanks so much. And is there anything else you want to share before we go?
No, that's great. Just really pleased to do this with you guys. I'm really curious to hear the song.
Yes.
Me too.
We'll keep you posted. Yeah. Thanks so much.
All right. Take care.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Who could have known? Who could have known? Who could have known you'd be here with me? Blue moon typhoon, Jansen counter, daughter of a black bear in the water. I don't have anything left, I said yes. So many times I can't count the cost. I don't know what's left, I always said yes. I am a tarantula. Adrenaline, adrenaline, adrenaline. Sweat beads on my skin. Remember what Simon said, change your style, lay you up in bed. I don't have anything left, I said yes. So many times I can't help myself. I don't know what's left, I always said yes. I Soft on the outside, jelly on the inside. Handle me with gentle hands. I will come home, but I still have to go. Gotta find that perfect thing that'll fit me like a ring. I don't have anything left, I said yes. So many times I can't help myself. I don't know what's left, I always said yes. I am a tarantula.